Hi, welcome to the third session of call center demo. So in previous two sections, we first of all talk about the basic rules of adding call agent and the basic setup for skill group and for role permission, etc. For the second section, we'll talk about the setting of the outbound so that the admins can set up some call tasks and manage them, and finally check the stats of that. Those two parts are both from the perspective of admin, but in the third session, we're mainly to do the demo of call agent Workbench, mainly from the perspective of the frontline agent. Right, so without further ado, let's enter call agent Workbench. The first thing you need to do is log in the phone bar. You can only make the phone call after logging into it, right? So here are the phone code. Then you can copy the number you want to dial and paste here, or you can just dial them manually here. This is the display number. This is how you can switch to internal call and more setup. The answering methods, extension account, voice call, right? Let's just make a phone call here. Okay, so now we're in call. Here are some icons of the phone bar. The first one is to hold the call, which can be used when the agent needs to confirm some things and the customer cannot hang up the call, and there will be a background sound on hold from the customer side. The second is transfer. The applicable scenario is that the agent can transfer the current call to another skill group agent, or transfer directly through the extension account if there is an extension account of certain agent. It can also be transferred to a third-party number, that is a person who is not in the system, such as transferring to 400, etc. Just enter the phone number. The third is inquiry for consultation. You can manually choose free seats and third-party numbers. This one is check-in skill site. We will not going more introduce here. This one is key. So the next function, so this function are keyboard, which is easier to understand. You can type 1, 2, 3 or other symbols here. This one is mute, also easy to understand and easy to use. This is also the set, just as we go through previously. All right, so the above is the basic function introduction of the phone bar. Now you can finish the call here. Then you can check the history on the left side. Okay, so now hang up the phone. So after hanging up, the system will prompt for a satisfaction evaluation. There will also be a status of sorting out the call as we presented just previously. So it means that the agent needs to fill in the service summary or added the customer information within the time. Okay, so now you can fill in the service summary below, such as resolved, to be resolved here, unresolvable, and invalid record here. You can also choose the category and the template and the note you want to save. So this is all the customer profile, the nickname, the source, the real name, the telephone, and other information that you want to know. You can also add it here or create or link to any specific records or tickets. Right. So in this page, there were 3 icons here that also need to be noticed. So this one is create ticket. This one is callback, and this one is contact plan. So the creation on this page here, create ticket, refers to the creation of a ticketing. Basically means you can't solve the problem previously mentioned by the customer. Therefore, you need to set up a ticket here for more internal teamwork, for teamwork cooperation, like the other department cooperation to help you to solve the problem collaboratively, right? So if the agent recognizes call but cannot solve it, second line support position need to handle it. And also a ticket can be created and forwarded to the second line support colleague from this page. So no worries. You can choose the category here. For example, post-sales, pre-sales, IT, help desk, and others. We can just randomly choose them. The template here, sorry, maybe we just use the hardware, IT issue request. And the title, we just do a task title here. Then the description of your problem. You can also upload the attachment here. The phone number, IT issues diagnosed here. Type, issue description, how many times occurred, and operation. Priorities, ticket status, right? You can also choose to CC other agent or CC customer through email. All right. So at this time, you are successfully creating a ticket, and then the problems will be transferred to other teams. Right. Then is callback, which means the agent calls back to the call to the customer side, right? This is the contact plan. It basically means that, for example, you can do that at your scheduled time to remind you of certain things that you need to follow up, or you can just set up a contact plan to pass this mission to other people that have, tomorrow's transfer or tonight or in the late night shift to follow up these tasks for you, for the customer. Okay. Now we can do more details here. So this is called call detail. There's some basic information, including call type, phone number, and the actual displaced number. And the skill group you belong to, the name of the call agent, the time here, the duration here, and the result. If you answered, what is your satisfaction evaluation? You can also replay the call recording. And when there is a problem you want to check, you can just copy the caller ID here. And then you can transfer that to your IT team to check some issues. If there is some problem directly linking to the call quality or other issues that happened in the call. Okay, so that is basically the call detail. And there is some docking page that you can also set up for your agent. for more information directly linked. Great, so that's all for this part. Then let's check more parts in this call agent workbench. This is contact center. So all contact plans can be seen here. This is outbound call task. The frontline agent can see my task here. So there are name of the task, status of the task, on duty time, off duty time, expire time, task summary template. Great, so that's all the detailed information. And you can have more operate here. Okay, so there are task info, business record, task record, and link record. For any agents or anyone want to reveal the call later on. Okay. And this is all the contact plans of certain agents. For example, you want to contact the missed calls, status here, and also all this information you might need. You can also create more contact plan here manually. The difference between the upper part and the lower part is, in my task, it is the place where telemarketing tasks are performed. If it is telemarketing agent, it is enough to start a task directly, and you can directly make a phone call. You can also see the task information and call records of the task, as well as the task summary that needs to be filled in. But if you are not a telemarketing agent, you can check your self-built contact plan. At the same time, you can also see the execution record, and you can also add it and delete it, just as I show you. Now we first of all check the record, because we already go through the ticketing previously. Right, so this page status and this page is the same structure of the ticketing previously. The record. In this record section, as a frontline agent, you can only see the calls you participate in, and you cannot see the call records of other agents because you don't have the role permission. However, if necessary, the agents can be granted the permission to view the records, and they can view them normally. Under normal circumstances, the admin can see the call records within the authority, including calls from my skill group and calls from my department. Right. My involved call here, my skill group call, my department call. Okay, so for example, you can also have some filters so that you can find the exact person you want to check on or the exact date. Also my department. You can choose that. This is the call loss management. So call loss management means that call comes into our system but are not answered for various reasons. We can choose whether to call back according to the actual situation and view the details to view the call records, or create a contact plan for the current customer and plan to call back. The voice message management refers to the situation that no agent is online. The customer chooses to leave a message and does not create a ticket. Then the admin can create contact plans in batches for these messages and assign them to the agent for operation, or directly make a callback, reveal the details, and write the message for following up. Then we first look at the statistics for my call. So this is the call records of the current account, including call volume, call duration, satisfaction, login status, work status, and other dimensions. And for the explanation of each dimensions, you can click the icon here for detailed explanation of each indicators. For example, the answered call percentage of the answered call means the rate of answer times of inbound agent to waiting times of inbound agent times, customer fast cleared on. Also, for example, in satisfaction part, the indicator called invited invitation refers to the numbers of call where the system or agent sends satisfaction evaluation to customer. Right. So in work status, that is the definition of ready duration, occupied, sorting duration, all on call, and locking duration. Okay, so that's all for the statistics. Finally, let's see the monitor part. So the admin additionally has monitoring functions. That's why we put it as the last part, because this is also the function of admin exclusively. So including agent monitor and skill group monitoring here. So for agent monitoring, you can see how many agents are in the ready state, and the administrator can also monitor and perform options, right? Such as takeover, enforce, first occupied, first available, first log out, or reset offline in case of some emergencies. At the same time, you can also see how many calls the agent has answered and how many calls have been made during the period. This is agent monitoring. The same goes for the skill group monitor, and the specific data is filled from the perspective of each skill group. Okay, so that's all for today's demo for Call Agent Workbench. Thank you for listening.